Hey Bulldogs, welcome back to Code Blue News Season 3. I'm Kevin Hillman, here with Natalie Holbrook, 3 feet apart.
Today is the last day you can purchase prom tickets. You can buy them at lunch from Miss Gagan or stop by Miss Grant's room. Each ticket costs $20. Make sure to fill out the prom Google form on the Senior Google Classroom before you buy a ticket.
On Tuesday, the baseball and softball teams traveled to Avon. Baseball lost 10-0, while softball won 18-0. The baseball team had their first home game on Wednesday against Tri-County, losing 11-2. Yesterday, softball traveled to Tri-County, dropping a tight game 7-5. Girls track beat Blue Hills and South Shore Christian yesterday, while the boys split their meet, losing to Blue Hills and beating South Shore Christian.
Memorial Day is coming up this Monday, and unfortunately we won't be having a parade. Joe McLaughlin has more on the story.
As May comes to a close, Memorial Day is just around the corner. The holiday is traditionally a large celebration in Holbrook with its wreath-laying ceremony and annual parade. Unfortunately, this year's parade has been canceled due to the pandemic. Despite the cancellation of the parade, the rich history of the holiday is still being celebrated.
We have had a celebration in this town every single year since 1871 for Memorial Day. Last year and this year we are unable to have a parade, and even though the restrictions are lifted for this weekend, we start planning it months in advance. So in collaboration with HCAM Cable TV, we are going to do a virtual Memorial Day. So we have footage of past parades, we have still pictures of past parades, and a whole memory of all the 23 men who have died while they served from Holbrook. Just a lot of history in the town. Everybody came together. The parades were quite large. At one time, the high school had a marching band, the middle school had a marching band. We got bands from other communities to come. So it was quite an elaborate event. And a lot of the kids in town, they started marching, the Boy Scouts and Cub Scouts. You could join me in like the 3rd grade, the Little League kids were all in there. So they had bicycles that you would decorate and doll carriages. So it was a big deal even for, the younger kids. I hope people remember the real meaning behind Memorial Day is honoring those who had fallen while in the military. And Holbrook's had 23 men die while serving in the country. And, it's tough on the family. Some of the families are still living here in Holbrook of these men. And we've honored them with banners in the center of town with their picture and a little history of them. And this program will also honor them with where they grew up and where they were stationed and when they died. And I hope people really pay attention that those were a lot of our neighbors. If you look at the houses they lived in, you might find they're right in your neighborhood.
There will be a virtual celebration of Memorial Day similar to last year, but the town of Holbrook is eager to celebrate this upcoming Veterans Day celebration as well as a return to normal Memorial Day next year. This has been Joseph McLaughlin reporting for Code Blue News.
Thanks, Joe. The sophomore class is holding a fundraiser at the Braintree Chateau on June 3rd. If you want to go support them, go to the Chateau on June 3rd and tell the waiter that you are here for the HMHS sophomores, or show them the flyer in the newsletter.
The Powder Puff was held on Monday. After about an hour of games, the championship game was held between the juniors and sophomores, with the juniors coming out on top.
Let's look at those epic highlights.
I knew the highlights would be epic, but quite frankly, that exceeded all expectations. I am floored.
June marks the beginning of LGBTQ Pride Month. Show your pride and wear rainbow colors on Tuesday, June 1st. The GSA will also meet after school on that day in room C219 to celebrate the year in Pride. All are welcome to attend.
Today is the last day of school for most of the senior class. Matt Messina is here with their plans after high school.
My high school experience was just like trying to be that lonely kid, just like from the start of the class, not be not talkative, but it went completely opposite.
High school for me has been exhausting and exciting at the same time.
Well, in my case, very educational, and I can definitely say my high school experience has been very helpful.
After high school, I'm heading to Florida to spend summer.
My plans is to go into the union, learn a trade, electrician or plumbing.
My plans after high school, I'm just gonna go to UMass Amherst, do 4 years there probably.
My plans are, I think I'm going to start working and also going to Bridgewater.
So my plans after high school, I am currently committed to Framingham State for elementary education because I want to be a teacher in the future.
I'm going to UMass Boston and going to early childhood education.
I'm going to Georgia State University and I'm studying criminal justice.
I'm gonna go to college at Bridgewater State University, and I'm probably gonna go for business.
So my plans after high school is I'm going to go to community college to get an associate's degree for computer science.
My plans after high school would be community college.
After high school, I'm attending Framingham State.
My plans after high school are to go to Stonehill College for 4 years to study communications and digital media production.
I'm going to Fitchburg State University to study film for 2 to 4 years, and hopefully one day I'll get back into Emerson.
Attend Massasoit for 2 years and probably transfer out to a state school from there.
My plans for after high school is going to the military as a 96 Charlie.
I'm going to UMass Boston for engineering.
My plans after high school are to go to Maine College of Art.
My plans are to go to UMass Boston. I'm going in undecided, but I'll probably be studying biotechnology and hopefully learn more about like genetic modification.
Majoring in probably education or in the medical field, and I'm going to Boston College.
I'll be attending School of Visual Arts in New York City.
I'm attending Quinnipiac University in Connecticut, and I'm going to study radiologic sciences.
So I'm attending Northeastern, and I'm going on a 4-year track as a civil engineering major and hopefully going to minor in Spanish.
Okay, so after high school, I'm going to Bridgewater State for my bachelor's. I'm currently undecided, but hopefully I'll figure out what I want to do sometime.
After high school, I plan on going to Emmanuel College in Boston for political science communications degrees.
So for the next 4 years, I will be attending Northeastern University, studying neuroscience on a pre-med track.
I am attending Mass College of Pharmacy Health Science in the fall, and I'm doing a 6-year pre-med and physician assistant program.
I plan on going to UMass Boston.
Thanks, Matt.
The deadline for student elections is today. If you're interested in running for a position on the student council or for a class officer position, please email Ms. Gallagher by the end of the day today. If you've already emailed and she hasn't replied, make sure to email her again.
This morning was the senior sunrise, in which seniors were served donuts, played foursquare, kickball, and painted cars. I didn't go because it started at 5 a.m.
Well, it's pretty early. I'm not gonna lie. I never would have woken up this early unless like it was a life or death situation. But seeing everyone and almost all of my friends here makes me pretty happy.
I'm really happy. Like, I'm not usually one to wake up so early, but since I'm with my friends, I'm fine with it.
Those look like some pretty good donuts. Donut. Good donut.
Pretty good. Would you like to rate it?
I'll give it an 8 on the scale of all donuts I've ever eaten. That wraps up this week's show. I'm Cameron Hellman.
And I'm Natalie Holbrook. See you next Friday.